Hey everybody, this is Jim at SB500chart.com. It's about 4:30 on December 22nd, 2013. We're going to do our weekly review and take a look at what took place in the markets on Friday. After I remind you that the website and the video are for educational purposes only, and nothing stated at the site or in this video is intended to be used as investment advice. I can draw lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. I am not a licensed financial professional. I'm just a guy who draws lines on charts. So let's take a look. Okay, by the way, we're coming into what's going to be a shortened week, so we'll kind of see maybe what that means going forward. So as we look at this 30-minute chart, you can see that where we are today, just a hair under 1820, pretty much, I think, tells us that this head and shoulders top right here simply failed. And we knew that when we got down underneath this neckline that something was up with this pattern, because we just didn't get the kind of tumultuous selling or the cascade of selling that you usually see. And we've seen this a number of times over the past 4 to 5 years. So guys, what I think happened is we broke some rising support lines, but each time we ended up consolidating, which I believe we could say that this pattern that developed over the past 4 to 5 weeks really served to consolidate the market as a continuation pattern. And this used to be a blue line. I'm changing this now to purple because I think we may be looking at yet another shoulder and head pattern where the right shoulder, is that it? Left shoulder, inverted head, right shoulder. It kind of looks that way. And we've seen this happen too. We've seen a number of these inverted head and shoulders patterns that really sort of fail to make the right shoulder the way you would expect. Even this one back here. Big left shoulder, deep, quickly formed head, little tiny right shoulder, then we're off to the races. So let's zoom in real quick here. By the way, this is going to be a pretty quick video because I got to go pick my son up in just a few minutes. So if we are looking at an inverted head and shoulders pattern, then we would measure the depth of our head right here. And then we would add that on to where we broke out over that line, which would be here. And that gives us a target in the upper to mid 1840s. We're going to keep that on the chart. As far as the week went, I felt pretty good. We knew coming into the week that it appeared that the S&P was slightly pretty tightly range bound actually, between this neckline of our head and shoulders top that has now failed and this extended neckline of our last head and shoulders bottom, which was not really a bottom, but an inverted head and shoulders continuation pattern. We got up over this line, and then we made a series of 3 little tops. And you'll remember, I believe it was on probably on the close on Wednesday, which would have been, no, I take it back. It would have been the close on Tuesday. I mentioned that it sure looks like the S&P has set up a line of resistance that, if we could break over it, should lead to a move to at least challenge the all-time highs that were set back in earlier in the month. And the surprise was that happened within 2 hours. So I think the week worked great. It was just a little bit surprising how this took place in the way it got fleshed out. So now, going forward, we're in the situation that we've been in before. If there is a trend line that you see that is underneath us, that should be, to one degree or another, should represent some support. If there's a trend line above us, to one degree or another, that should represent some resistance. I think if we zoom in on a 5-minute chart, we probably are pretty safe in delineating the last two tops like this. Let's see how that holds up going into the week. And let me change the color of that. And I'm going to make a parallel line to that. And we're just going to snap this guy down here. This is, let's make it lighter, because that is highly speculative. I'm just thinking in terms of what may take place. It would be great if we could stay between these two lines for a bit. No guarantees. I'm just saying that this line looks to be legitimate. We've got two touches back down here that are sort of parallel to what we see going on up here. So let's just put that there simply to see what happens. I'm not saying expect support here. I don't think that would be a wise thing to state, and I'm not saying that. I'm just putting it there in that very light color as an experiment. Let's see what might happen. So guys, I think it was a great week, and I really, there's the only thing that we have here as far as any potential larger pattern would be if we are again willing to say that this was an inverted head and shoulders pattern that just had a tiny little right shoulder, in which case we would be looking for a move up to about 1847 or roughly thereabouts. So there's your video for the week ending December 20th, 2013. Like I said, really interesting stuff. Is this what we think it is? Let's move this over here. Remember, we thought we had a head and shoulders top, but now with this new high and with that strange behavior once we got down underneath that neckline, I think that was a little bit of a tip-off that this pattern wasn't going to do what you think it is, and maybe this pattern isn't what you think it is. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate your support. Take care of yourselves. I will do a video on Monday. For those of you who are not subscribers, this will be your last communication from me to get you in for $19.95 a month. On well, I take it back. We'll be doing a week ending video before the new year. But just a reminder, on the new year, prices go up. So take advantage of that before then, and consider subscribing to sp500chart.com. Thanks. Take care.